Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
And I am Connor Cummings, and Stuart. We love Star Trek and Star Trek uniforms. We do.
Or sometimes not even uniform, something, utilitarian, like, you got to go outside the ship, you got to go to a little extravehicular activity, or, tactical situation, you got to go in with phasers ablazing. What are you going to wear?
Well, I mean, you just wear a normal uniform for that, Stuart. Have you seen TNG, First Contact, Nemesis? Oh. But this is Discovery, they do their own thing, slightly. Although that's interesting, it shows that, the timeline ignored tack suits for 900 years and then brought them back. It's like, oh, Discovery, you crazy cat, doing your own thing and pushing away canon a little bit. But Season 3 is better. Season 4 could be better still. What are we looking at today, Stuart?
We are looking at what we think is the EVA suit, as I said, and also a tactical vest, much like we got tactical vests and stuff for Discovery the first couple seasons with the little lights on them. But it looks like we got future versions of those. And we're just going to talk about those because we already talked about the uniforms as well. So. And
we did get armor in the Star Trek movies. I was making a joke with the TMP movie thing. So there is one variant, but again, that was way in the past. So let's start with the tactical suit first. Certainly one of the more strange concepts to have in Discovery, and super ineffective apart from the flashlights. But yeah, a new one. It's very subtly in the frame. It's in one shot where they're with she's with the Navarian people, etc. I just wanted to call it out because I was like, okay, because it does make sense if they're swapping uniforms. They did swap phasers at one point. Like, nothing from their old art design should still be here. Costumes, props, set design. It should all be the new stuff. So what do you think of the new tack vest?
It's the perfect example of, if you're taking this exact design and transitioning it to the future, that's what it would look like. But considering we saw it in Discovery, never saw it again, and now it's in Discovery of the future, I mean, they're just polishing up and advancing their own look, so it's fine. It definitely fits, and definitely you can see the tie-ins with it, where the badge is placed, things like that. There's a lot of different elements there that you can see carry right over, so I think it's great. Now, from a costumer's perspective, as you like uniforms, you like Stargate and all that as well, the tactical stuff. What do you think about this particular advancement on an old design?
And it's funny, as soon as you mentioned Stargate, the Discovery version is kind of a Stargate tactical vest, but more like a biker version with just hard body armor plates and no pouches, so it's just like armor. No, I think the new one's actually pretty good. It's simpler, sleeker, and it looks nice. Like, it's far less standing out, which is, I think, a good thing. She is in a darker uniform in it, and since they've now transitioned to bright red uniforms, that implies that they have to have a different under jacket. Although I can imagine maybe this does double as some sort of temporary life support suit as well. They've got a spacesuit, which we'll talk about in a minute, so that's more actual for outside the ship. I mean, why wouldn't you have a little holographic, force field unit? And so therefore, there's actually a separate suit to go with it, rather than this tack vest, they just put it on their normal uniform. So I'm kind of thinking that's potentially where they're going.
Maybe it projects a force field around the body, much like the life support belts from the animated series.
Yeah, no,
that was a thing that happened.
Yeah, for real. But it's nice. It's actually it's simple and effective, and obviously, I'm wondering if it's actually going to be useful at all. I always find the idea of a body vest, armor and bullets in modern day a bit odd, because you can always design a new bullet that goes through an old armor. And, okay, I've got some Kevlar. Okay, I've got an arm piercing round. It's like, oh, instantly. So, as soon as you make phaser dampening shielding like this, someone will just adapt to it. So, what's it really for? We never saw it be useful in Discovery. It never stopped a phaser blast. It never stopped people died with it on being stabbed. It was totally for looks and to have a gun holster. There was no other real use for it. And the lights were fine. But. So I'm wondering if they actually have a functional use, or if it's just more symbolic that this is more attack team. But since they have tech that literally appears and disappears in a little oval, why do you need this? And you know what I mean? So I'm confused as to how much it'll actually add to the story, given it's this far in the future, unless it actually has a real this does a thing.
I like the idea of the shielding kind of thing.
Makes sense.
It does, absolutely.
Although I'm wondering, and I think this actually might be very possible, what if it's actually got a mini cloaking device in it? Because that would provide a very logical reason for a separate suit, because the ships can cloak now. Done, move on. They treated it like it was nothing. So tactical invisibility allows you to go from a firefight to a stealth mission. You wouldn't need that on a normal uniform. I think that's probably a logical step. This just has an invisibility, cloaking device built in for limited duration, and then explains why you'd have it.
I love that, because all the ships have it now,
Yeah.
which raises the question: why aren't her legs detached from her body? This is the future.
You put on the no. When you cloak, you can turn it on to cloak detached mode, where it cloaks part of your arm, so it looks like it's flying. It cloaks your neck, and now your head's flying. Yeah. Because you're more maneuverable that way, Stuart. You're more maneuverable.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But I bet you that's going to be a payoff. That it's an invisibility one, because that just explains everything about having that.
That would work. That would work for me, and yeah. I don't have an issue with that. Yeah, because it is designed for infiltration, special ops, stuff like that. So why not?
Yeah, if it's shielding for phaser hits and a cloak, obviously both with limited duration, limited power, but that's not a problem.
Same thing comes up though with you talking about armor-piercing rounds. Is they just develop technology you can see their cloak. Goggles that there they are, they're cloaked. It's guys.
But the obviously assumption. I mean, you are 100% right, but most races won't know and have that. So you're not necessarily always attacking the Cardassian Union top tier scientists in a secret base with weapons to kill everyone. So there are the average Joe as well. But speaking of the average Joe, we had a big old spacesuit, which for a post TNG spacesuit, hella impressive. For a pre TOS spacesuit, hella wrong. Although one of the better props I thought design wise, because it was close to Spock, but hella wrong for the time period. I don't think we can argue this is a new spacesuit that Burnham is in. Actually, in for quite a lot of the trailer. And we do see in the second part of the trailer it does form like a bubble over her head, which has readouts.
Well, the first time I saw it, I did think that exact thing. Tron suit for the win. But yeah, I immediately thought it was an EVA suit, and I like it. It's very minimalistic. You don't want a lot of bulk. You don't want a lot of, I mean, you're right. The Discovery one was one of the better pieces of tech they designed for the show, I think. Even the little thruster things on the shoulders. But, we saw Enterprises, which were great as well. This, it kind of fits in with the Enterprise era-ish, like an advancement of that for the old one. This one is definitely something that's sleeker. I said it. And I'm sure it has little pop-up things where you can have, jets or whatever, and the bubble, as you said. I think it's a fantastic upgrade again. One person last night on my live said, "Oh, it's a new Red Angel suit. She's going to be time traveling again." And I'm like, "No, why did you say that? It doesn't even look like that." So I don't know. I don't want people out there to be confused. I don't think that's what it is at all. It is definitely a EVA suit. So
I find the Red Angel suit always a problem, and the fact they destroyed it as soon as they landed shows they knew it was a problem too. The fact that this new suit does just look like a Red Angel suit. It's a direct comparison to the Discovery. It's like, yeah, okay, looks more advanced, but the Red Angel suit literally undoes from her body and she steps out of it.
Like the Iron Man suit.
There is no more advanced you can get, really, without it being all like in a little button and it presses over. So they definitely ruined themselves there. Now, as with all these shows, they can sort of throw it in the trash and move on, whatever. And then it's a fine design by itself, but an embarrassing design to fit into the era, especially in the era. And so this just does look the same, and it doesn't look very different. And there are only so many ways you can do EVA. I'm kind of surprised they're not going for a white suit. That would certainly help differentiate, given that spacesuits tend to be white. That, I think, would have helped a lot.
One thing that I think could help make this seem more advanced is if the suit itself was derived from the comm badge. The comm badge does the tricorder, the comm badge does the transporter. If there's a special triple tap option that all of a sudden the suit's there, kind of like a la what we see with Iron Man, that's advanced. Yay. Like, you don't have to worry about putting it on. You just special tap of the comm badge. The comm badge, all that technology whittled down to that small little package. That speaks future tech to me. So That would be great if that's the case. Everybody's got their own EVA suit should they need it in an emergency. That's great.
Yeah, I think that's one step too far, personally. It lowers the speciality of this. If everyone's got it, it takes away the tension and the drama. Especially as then Stamets sort of had that EVA suit when they threw him out of the ship in. So,
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. I'd rather give her like a separate... Like, I'm fine for it to dematter, but I would hope they'd give her like a separate badge. A dedicated EVA.
Or a wrist or something.
Yeah, exactly. Or two things that go dump and it comes up. So yeah, that is absolutely fine as a concept, just a separate piece, because this needs to be a lot more advanced tech-wise than just a communicator and a tricorder, and even a teleporter. But it's fine. It's I think white would have been an improvement, and I don't know. It's missing something.
Yeah, because they were white in TOS. Enterprise, we had the more orange or coppery. But
they're white in First Contact, they're white in Voyager, they're white in, that is the overriding art design style, and it's nice. It stands out to space. Do you want a black suit when you're looking at space? Not very helpful. Not very helpful, is it?
It's not good for search and rescue missions if you get lost outside the ship. Doesn't make it easy. Well, not that a white one does either against the backdrop of stars. Little human in a white suit. Come on now.
Easier than black, though. And let us know what you think of both of these other art design things. Did you notice them? What do you think now you've seen them side by side? Because we love these side by sides, because as soon as you stop, actually look, the whole design aesthetic comes alive, rather than the trailer where it's all like, it's like, ooh, and we love that, especially with uniforms, because they're so easy to compare and contrast and dissect. And
if you want to support us and more videos, content like this, because we like to do that work for you, so you don't have to. We've pointed out to you so you guys can have a discussion based on it. If you want to support that, you can join us for our lives and Super Chat. You can also head on over to Patreon/Trekyards to help us on a monthly basis, or click that join button down below and join the channel as a way of supporting us. But one of the best ways to support us, honestly, is keep coming back for more. And Samuel's going to tell you how to do that.
Just liking each video is good. Subscribing is one step, but then you've got to click the bell notification, and then you may or may not get notified. But in reality, we do videos every single Saturday at 5 p.m. GMT release. Every single Saturday, it's going to come out. And if we're doing a live, it'll be at 10 p.m, sort of 8 times out of 10, depending. But it'll always be around that time. Unless
10 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, exactly, Joe. Thanks for that. Time zones, brilliant stuff. But yeah, so that's our normal time. So if you're wondering, is Trekyards live today? Just pop in. We probably are. And then you can check us out and comment. Comments also good, because comments, like, subscribing helps the algorithm, and that is actually a big deal for us. So if you can, please do it. It's free. All those things are free, Stuart. They really are.
There, and comment. Tell us your thoughts on this down in the comment section.
We want to know.
And I want to guarantee right now, we are live right now. So go check out Trekyards. Well, you're already on Trekyards, but we're live right now. I guarantee you. We're live right now because we go live all the time.
Goodness. It's a hell of a commitment there.
It is.
So see us live then.
If we're not live, don't hold it against me. But anyway, talk to you guys later. We got a lot more content on the way, and we'll see you then. I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Kongs. Bye, guys.